Tonight, TrojanVision welcomed a few special guests. Plus, see how Troy University is celebrating International Education Week. Stay tuned, TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
Digital Production Center on the Troy campus with news from Troy University locations around the world. This is Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision Nightly News for November 19, 2013. I'm Christina Cook.
And I'm Courtney Addison. Thank you for joining us this evening. High school is a time for learning, and many students get a chance to discover what career paths they may want to pursue. And this morning, 16 local high school students visited the TrojanVision studios to see what broadcast journalism has to offer. Haley Greathouse has the story.
From the high-definition
TrojanVision broadcasts 3 live news shows a day. And Tuesday morning, students from the Troy City School System and Pike County School System had the opportunity to learn what goes on behind the scenes of these broadcasts.
We're here to learn about how Troy broadcasts their newscast, how they bring up the weather map, how they telecast, and how they put everything together.
I learned how to edit the videos. It was pretty cool. He showed us how to, put our voices in over the stories and showed us how to edit them and put it together.
I've learned that it's kind of easy once you speak it, but like using the different tools and changing the voices and everything is pretty complicated. And it's really interesting how the microphone changes a lot of your voice.
These students are part of the Global Studies program, which allows students to dual enroll in Troy University and their local high school while learning about different things they could do in the community. Ginger Boutwell of the Global Studies program shares why they come annually to TrojanVision.
The fun of it, to see what goes on in the background of a newscast, the weather, that's interesting, and just hoping that maybe this might be something that they would like to become when they graduate.
And the students were able to learn putting on a newscast is not all hard work.
When the Global Studies students come by, it's an educational experience, but it's also fun. I mean, they come here to learn about TV, but we want to show them that even though it's an educational environment, we have fun when we make TV. So hopefully, if they have fun while they do it, this may be something they decide to pursue as a career.
The Global Studies students did find it fun, although it may not be something they plan on doing beyond this week.
It's pretty cool to do. I don't know so much if I would do it as a career, but I mean, it's really fun.
The audio I would be very interested in doing in the future.
Haley Greathouse, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The Global Studies students will return to the TrojanVision studios on Thursday to participate in mock newscast.
Well, it's International Education Week at Troy University, and tomorrow there is a chance to sample some of Troy University's international flavors. Tomorrow afternoon, the Bibb Graves Quad will look more like an international bazaar as tents and tables will be set up for the International Week Taste of the World. Students from each of the foreign nations represented on campus will offer samples of their native food along with information about their home countries as a way to educate their American neighbors about where they come from.
We do country displays, and we have some tea and cookie tasting, and we kind of hold a bazaar out in the quad. And that's a prelude to our ISCO Festival, which the whole week builds up to and culminates on Thursday night, which is our major dinner theater.
The Taste of the World will be tomorrow from 2 to 4 on the Bibb Graves Quad and is free and open to the public. The ISCO Festival will be Thursday night at 7 in the Trojan Center ballrooms. Tickets for the ISCO Festival are $15 and are available in their international office in Pace Hall.
The Troy community has the chance to enjoy some choral music this evening. Troy's Concert Chorale will take their talents off campus for a concert tonight at Bush Memorial Baptist Church. The 36-member choir will perform a variety of choral works during the concert, which will also feature some special guest appearances from some other performing groups, including members of Troy's Dance Theater. This is the first time the chorale has collaborated with dance and director Diane Orlovsky says she feels it was the perfect time to do so.
I'm all about the visual arts and connecting with music, and I'm all about the movement arts connecting with music. And I've actually wanted to do this for a couple years, but I was waiting for the right piece. And this piece talks about dedicating a new space, and we're just about ready to move into a new building that houses both dance and choral and band. And I thought, what a great opportunity.
The concert will be tonight at 7:30 at Bush Memorial Baptist Church on George Wallace Drive. Admission is free and open to the public.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. Out of Montgomery, voters are in part of Montgomery are voting in a special election for a state representative. Today's Republican runoff in House District 74 features Montgomery County's Commissioner Dimitri Palazzo against Charlotte Meadows, who's the former president of the Montgomery County Board of Education. The polls are open until 7 o'clock tonight.
And in Birmingham, Governor Robert Bentley is making his annual address to one of Alabama's largest business groups. Bentley was scheduled to make a luncheon speech today to the Birmingham Business Alliance, which includes business leaders from 7 counties in the central part of the state. And in Opelika, a former business associate of football coach Tommy Tuberville is headed to prison for defrauding investors of millions of dollars in a fraud scheme. A Lee County judge sentenced 42-year-old David Stroud to 10 years in prison yesterday. And still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, both Trojan basketball teams are in action tonight, and fans have the chance to catch the men's team in the Trojan Arena at 7. Danielle Percival will be in with the details on that and more when she joins us with now. Danielle Percival joins us with sports. So Danielle, I'm sure lots of students are trying to study up, getting ready before the holidays kind of hit next week, but there is a chance for a study break tonight, am I right?
Well, that's right, Courtney. Trojan fans have the chance to head out to Trojan Arena to see the men's basketball team in action. The women's team is actually in action on the road, but the chance to see the team here in Trojan Arena is with the men's team. We'll get into a look ahead right here in sports.
Sounds good.
The men's basketball team will be in action tonight and looking to get back in the win column. The Trojans are averaging 75 points per game so far and are grabbing the most defensive rebounds of any team in the Sun Belt, averaging over 27 per contest. Nicholls State is a team the Trojans were very familiar with at one point when both were members of the Gulf South Conference. The Trojans are 3-10 all-time against the Colonels, but defeated them in their last meeting in the 2001-2002 season in Troy. Basketball Director of Operations Mike Worley says the Trojans will have a tough test on the court tonight.
The continuity to their offense, they run a unique offense that's tough to guard, and you don't see it every week when you're in preparation for other teams. So what they try to run offensively and what they try to get done is unique, and we've had to prepare for that. And that type of style will present a challenge for us tonight.
Tip-off in Trojan Arena will be at 7 p.m. tonight against Nicholls State. And while the men are in action at home, the women are hitting the road. They'll be in action in Macon, Georgia, taking on the Mercer Bears. The Trojans are coming off their first loss of the season, but still averaging over 82 points per outing and leading the league, forcing nearly 30 turnovers per game. These two teams met last season, with Mercer winning in Trojan Arena. The Bears are picked to finish third in the Atlantic Sun this season, but have lost their last two. After a loss to Tennessee State, head coach Shanda Rigby knows her team will need a better overall performance against Mercer in order to get a win, and it starts with shooting.
It can right your wrongs. If you're shooting well, it rights your wrongs. You don't notice the rebounding and people getting by you as much on defense. And who knows, maybe that's what we need to make us better down the road to get our attention, that maybe we weren't doing as well as we thought the whole time, that we just got to get a lot better at those things.
The Trojans will be in action at Mercer tonight with tip-off scheduled for 6 p.m. It may still be over a week from the regular season finale for the Trojan football team, but for several players, that means it's less than 2 weeks from the time they'll suit up and take the field at Veterans Memorial Stadium for the final time. Here's a look at a few of the record-setting seniors from this year's class. Records are meant to be broken, but it will take a special quarterback to move Corey Robinson out of the top spot at Troy University and in the Sun Belt Conference. The senior quarterback has been rewriting the Troy record book throughout his career, and this season set the conference career record for passing yards, pass attempts, completions, offensive yards, and touchdown passes. Robinson has also made his mark at a national level. He became only the fourth quarterback in NCAA history to have 4 3,000-yard seasons and is currently 9th all-time in NCAA history with 13,344 yards over his career. But Robinson knows his accomplishments took more than just his own efforts.
I came here a long time ago, it seems like, and it seems like I've been playing here, forever. I want to thank Coach Blakeney first and foremost for giving me my opportunity to play Division I football. And then I want to thank all my teammates, man, for all the guys that I played with that, really helped me get to the amount of success that I've been able to have passing the football.
Robinson is a member of a senior class with several record setters, including wide receiver Eric Thomas, who holds the Sun Belt Conference record for the most touchdown receptions in a career, with 28 touchdowns heading into his final regular season game.
Time flies, it feels like I just got here, and now it's coming up on my last games. We just take every day as a blessing and just thank coaches and everyone here at Troy that helped us out here.
For this class that has been at Troy over the last 4 seasons, they finished with only one winning season back in 2010 when the Trojans went 8-5 and were the Sun Belt Conference champions as well as the winners of the New Orleans Bowl. And for Robinson, that's one of the highlights of his career.
It goes all the way back to my freshman year in the bowl game, just how fun that was when we were winning games and making it that far. So hopefully we can get to one more.
Overall, this senior class currently has a 21-27 record with 1 game remaining. But despite those numbers, Robinson says this was an unforgettable experience.
I wish we could have got some more wins while I was here, but things really didn't roll my way a lot on the winning. But as far as my career, man, I've had a great time here at Troy, and I really appreciate everybody that's taking me in as a part of the Trojan family, and I'll never forget it.
The Trojans have a bye week this weekend, but will return to action on Larry Blakeney Field for the final game of the regular season Friday, November 29th, with kickoff at 1 p.m. So Christina, Courtney, important to remember, the men's basketball team in action tonight at 7 o'clock. Hopefully lots of Trojan fans as well as students will be out there to support the team. And don't forget, the Trojan volleyball team will be in action on Thursday night. The Sun Belt Conference tournament in action here on campus, so lots of action this week.
Exactly. So best of luck to all the Trojan teams, and hopefully people who haven't made it out of town yet for the holidays can kind of stick around and watch some good volleyball.
That's right. Important to stay and cheer on the Trojans.
Thanks
so much, Danielle.